This is not the age of information, says the poet David White. This is not the age of information. Forget the news and the radio and the blurred screen. This is the time of the loaves and the fishes. The people are hungry. And one good word is bread for 1,000. This past Saturday, I led a retreat in a state park. And on Saturday morning, after I had sent the participants out to walk on the land in search of their vision, I fixed myself a cup of coffee. And I took my chair, and since it was a little cool that day, I found a spot in the sun to sit. And all morning, I only got out of that chair to refill my cup or to shift my chair from one sunny spot to another. I read a book I brought along, but mostly I just sat and I listened. I listened to the birds and the trees. And what started as just this cacophony of raging sound. After a while, I could begin to pick out one kind of bird from another. I listened to the wind and the trees. I could track the breeze as it moved from the north to the south through the tops of the trees in the grove that we were camped in. And even after a while, I found that I could tell the difference, the way the wind makes different kinds of sounds and different kinds of leaves. I listened. We're all here because we want to be better speakers. But today, I want to challenge you to become a better listener. We live in a world of sound. So much so that sometimes we have to turn it off in order to keep from going mad. But when we do, we also cut ourselves off from some very important sounds. We need to listen to one another. We need to get to the place that we're comfortable looking deeply into one another's eyes as we share moments of joy and sorrow. We need to learn to take someone else's hand, touch them on the arm, and to connect one-to-one, heart-to-heart. We need to listen to the earth. Yes, the earth speaks to us in those birds and the wind and the trees that I experienced on Saturday, but the earth speaks to us in other ways as well. She speaks to us as the polar ice caps melt. She speaks to us when the temperature of the crust is rising. When we get to the place that we can no longer breathe the air. You know, if the earth was a lover, she would have left us long ago for someone who was more attentive, kind, considerate. We can't allow chants of drill, baby, drill to drown out the earth saying to us, enough is enough. Mostly, I think we need to learn to listen to our souls. Our souls speak to us late at night when we're lying there wondering how we got where we are and where we're going. Our souls speak to us when we're sitting at work staring out the window wishing we were someplace else, any place else. Our souls call to us, asking us to stop doing what we're doing, stop becoming what we're becoming when we do it. I believe that if we learn to listen to our souls, the other two parts will become automatic. Because deep inside, there's no separation. Deep inside, we're all one. Our ancestors not that long ago understood the power of listening. They would gather in the evenings around the campfire, and they would listen to the grandfathers and grandmothers tell stories about what it meant to be part of a community, where they'd come from. They'd listen to stories of the fathers and brothers talk about the hunt for the day, the things that they saw traveling far from home, and what it meant to provide for their families. They would sit around those campfires and they would listen to the mothers and the sisters and daughters talk about connection and caring for one another. On Saturday evening, after the retreat participants had returned and we'd had a simple meal together, as the sun was setting, I built a campfire. And we gathered around. And as the air got cooler, we got a little closer to the fire. And we could see reflected in one another's faces the golden red glow of those flames. We could see it flickering in one another's eyes. They told their stories. They talked about their adventures for the day, having met buffalo as they walked on the land, of what it took to cross a deep creek, or maybe even just sitting and just looking at the wide open sky. And as they spoke, I heard the story of their lives. As they spoke, I heard their souls. And as they spoke, I just sat.